Okay, so I guess I have everything situated. Hope that you guys can hear me. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to whoever you are, wherever you are. I hope that you are having a blessed day. Welcome back to Blessed by Grace. My name is Tanika, and of course, you cannot see me today because I just don't have the camera set up. So, as of right now, we are going back old school, and we're just going to still do what we do, and that is walk through scriptures. I do want to first welcome my new subscribers to the channel. Welcome to the family. Welcome to this walk. I hope that something along the way encourages you, strengthens you, motivates you, that the Lord will reveal to you Himself, and ultimately just the love that He is. So I hope that you have felt it after you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, so my channel is geared towards faith-based content, not just faith-based content, anything biblical. Yes, biblical. We believe in Jesus Christ over here. So, um, yeah, that is a run through of the channel basically. You can also follow me on my social medias unless you transferred over from them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Either way, um, I'm glad that you are here. And I thank the Lord for placing it on your heart to be here with us. So, if you have not already caught up to where we are, though, I do recommend that you take some time and go back to previous videos and catch up on this walk. You do not want to be left behind. And I don't want you like coming like in the middle of something and then be like totally lost. So we'll see. Let's see. We are in the book of Genesis. Yes, I already walked through Ephesians and Galatians, and the Lord was just like, why are you starting towards the end of this glorious love letter? Start from the beginning. And that is how we ended up in the book of Genesis. So we have already gotten through the first 8 chapters. We are going into the 9th chapter of Genesis. So if you have your Bible, open it up, read along with me, take a walk with me. And if not, put me down, put me on speaker, and listen to the word. Let it penetrate your heart. Let it open up your mind, and let God speak to you through His word. We are going to go with a different color today with my Mr. Pen highlighters. Absolutely love these highlighters. They should sponsor me from how much I have spent on them. Anywho, Chapter 9, the heading of this one is God's covenant with Noah. So we've already know that God had protected Noah because he was righteous, and because he was righteous out of everyone on the earth, He not only protected him, but He protected his family, his wife, and his 3 sons and their wives. Noah was instructed to create or build the ark. Very, very detailed instructions. And he took along with him 2 of every animal, crawling, flying, walking, stomping, you name it. God sent them to the ark, male and female. But as of last chapter, the flood. So the flood did come, of course. The rain, it opened up from the depths of the earth as well as from the sky. And it lasted for quite some time, as you would imagine. But last chapter, the flood receded. Yes, it by like 150 days, the water had decreased significantly to the point where they were able to find dry land from the doves. The dove that was released, bringing back a branch from an olive tree. And let's see. All right, so we are going into God's covenant with Noah, chapter 5, and it reads, God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear and terror of you will be in every living creature on the earth, every bird of the sky, every creature that crawls on the ground, and all the fish of the sea. They are placed under your authority. Every creature that lives and moves will be food for you. So this is now every creature. Remember, in the beginning, it was every seed or fruit bearing tree. Now we get into where the creatures are now food, which is why we now have meat, I guess, and we eat a lot of meat. So as I gave the green plants, I have given you everything. So here he's talking about it. In the beginning, he gave green plants, everything that grew and was fruitful and everything. But he gave to Noah and his family and to us essentially everything. However, you must not eat. So this is where he starts to talk about what he cannot do, though. You must not eat meat with its lifeblood in it. And I will require a penalty for your lifeblood. I will require it from any animal and from any human if someone murders a fellow human. I also, death for death, right? Blood for blood. For animal, required for any animal. And if anyone murders a human, I will require that person's life. So we got to drain the animals of their blood before you can eat them and use that as a sacrifice to God, of course, because God was the one that gave it to you. And then if you take the life of another person, guess what? God's taking your life. Whoever sheds human blood by humans, his blood will be shed, for God made humans in his image. But you, be fruitful and multiply, spread out over the earth and multiply on it. Then God said to Noah and his sons with him, understand that I am establishing my covenant with you. He said it to Noah and his sons. He's establishing his covenant. We spoke about covenants back in Galatians and how a covenant is, as far as God's covenant with Abraham, how it was only on God. God put Abraham to sleep. And wait, am I getting ahead of myself? Moses. Was it Moses or Abraham? Because now I think I'm getting ahead of myself. It was Abraham. A moment. Let's take a quick peek because I want to fact check myself. All right. So it was Abraham. Yeah, I was right. Okay. So it was Abraham. All right. Good. Thank you. I'm retaining something. So yeah. So understand that I'm establishing my covenant with you and the descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, birds, livestock, and all wildlife of the earth that are with you. All the animals of the earth that came out of the ark, I establish my covenant with you that never again will every creature be wiped out by floodwaters. There will never again be a flood to destroy the earth. This is the promise that he made to us and to the creatures. He's speaking to them too. That's why the birds, the fish, the bugs, all that, they obey God. They know who God is. It's us. Verse 12. And God said, this is a sign of the covenant I am making between me and you, and every living creature with you, a covenant for all future generations. I have placed my bow in the clouds. What bow is that, guys? The rainbow. I've placed my bow in the clouds, and it will be a sign. This is the sign of, or the reason for the rainbow. It will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I form clouds over the earth and the bow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all the living creatures. Water will never again become a flood to destroy every creature. The bow will be in the clouds, and I will look at it and remember the permanent covenant. God keeps his promises. They cannot be voided. They cannot be reneged. They cannot be, because why? If they did, then he wouldn't be the God that we know him to be. So, and the fact that he's looking every time there is a rainbow somewhere on this earth, he's looking at it. Just as we look at it. How many times have we seen rainbows in our lives, but still every time we see one, maybe we take out our phone and take a picture of it. More verse 17. Let me close this. And I will look at it and remember the permanent covenant between God and all living creatures on earth. Verse 17. God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and every creature on earth." Verse 18, and this little section goes into talking about prophecies about Noah's family. Verse 18 reads, Noah's sons who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were Noah's sons, and from them the whole earth was populated. Noah, as a man of the soil, began by planting a vineyard. He drank some of the wine, became drunk, and uncovered himself in his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked and told his two brothers outside. Now, why in the world would he go and tell his brothers? Why in the world would you do something like that, Ham? Then Shem and Japheth took a cloak and placed it over both. Then Shem and Japheth took a cloak and placed it over both their shoulders. And walking backwards, they covered their father's nakedness. Smart boys. They did not want to see their father's nakedness. Man, I tell you. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his drinking and learned what his youngest son had done to him, he said, Canaan is cursed. So he did not curse Ham. He cursed his seed. He will be the lowest of slaves to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. Let Canaan be Shem's slave. Let God extend Japheth. Let Japheth dwell in the tents of Shem. Let Canaan be Shem's slave. Now Noah lived 350 years after the flood. Mind you, at the flood, he was already, like 650? Because it was 500 at the beginning of creating the ark. So what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he was almost 1,000 years old. Nope, I'm sorry. It tells us in the scriptures. Let's keep reading. I got it right though. Verse 29. So Noah's life lasted 950 years. Then he died. Now I wonder why. Remember in the previous chapters, those that died that walked with God, they returned to God. Let's see. What was it? think it was chapter. That was the line of Seth. Line of King Seth. All right, here we go. Yeah, everyone that died in chapter 5 from the line of Seth. Some of them said that they died, but everyone that walked with God. So, for instance, Enoch in verse 24 of chapter 5, Enoch walked with God. Then he was not there because God took him. But everyone else died. God didn't take him. You would think that God would take Noah, but maybe Noah's drunkenness then separated him from God. All right, so I am going to actually look into that a little bit further. We are in chapter 9. So in chapter 9, what we discussed was basically the new beginning and a dead end. God recommissioned Noah with the command to be fruitful and multiply. So that was his duty. He was to re-multiply the world, him and his sons. Humanity was now free. We were given the meat to eat for the first time doing this. The only restriction was to avoid eating meat with blood in it, like those of us carnivores that still eat really, really bloody steaks. So it's basically saying that raw meat was off limits. And then, of course, whoever shed human blood by humans, his blood will be shed. So it's basically capital punishment. God made humans in his image. So if you're trying to attack or if you're killing other humans, you're essentially killing a part of God. We are him, an extension of him, or beings made by him. Then we spoke about God's new covenant with Noah to promise to never again will the creatures be wiped out by floodwaters or the earth. The rainbow is the sign between God and the earth, that he will never do that again. And then let's see. The other thing that I do want to look at is the fact that Noah was righteous this entire time, the only righteous person, and during his time, and he ended it tough. Like he ended it drunk. So it can be a reminder to us that we can start off strong. We can start off running. At the beginning of the race, we are running strong. We have all the energy, whatever. It's towards the end of that race. Towards the end of the race is where it really gets tough, where it really matters too, though, because you're still pressing towards that mark, pressing towards the finish line. But in Noah's case, it was difficult for him to end well. He ended his life or his journey drunk and naked. Drunk and naked. Which caused another sinful act from his son. So not only did he fall or stumble, he caused his son to as well, bringing the curse to his children, to his child, which caused Canaan's line to continue to be unrighteous and oppression and slavery. He was a slave. So that was tough. That was tough. God said that curses based on disobedience only extended to 3 or 4 generations at most, and are reversed when people repent and turn again to obedience. And we'll see that in Exodus when we get over there. But this is certainly sufficient to negate the Christian endorsement of the American enslavement of Black Christians, as well as any lingering myth of superiority or inferiority based on a race. Okay. All right. So I hope that has been a blessing to someone somewhere today. What did you guys take out from it? What did you learn? What is something that you didn't know before that you know now about the story of Noah and the ending and beginning of another new world. Talk to me down in the comments below. Don't forget to head over once again to my social media pages as I do post there often. I also do encourage those who do not have a current devotional to go out, and this is by no means a paid advertisement or anything like that. This is just a love for the Lord that I am extending out to you. And this is the book Upon Awakening by Jackie Hill Perry. Absolutely have been loving this to wake up to every morning and um, to dive in first thing in the mornings and get closer and to know God. The way that she breaks down scriptures, it's, of course, it's in a poetic way because that is her style of writing, but it's also in a theological way. So it's been a blessing. So if you can grab it and go from there. Don't forget to hit a thumbs up, especially if you made it this far through a video. And if you haven't already committed to taking this walk with us, we are the body of Christ. We're one either way. You don't have to hit that subscribe button to be a part of my family because God is ultimate over all. However, if you do choose to, I want to welcome you beforehand and I will welcome you again after. I think that's it. Don't forget that we are also on this prayer challenge. I'm posting the prayers as well daily, so you can check them out on my shorts or on my social media pages. But if you are interested or still interested, it's not too late to grab my free digital copy of the prayer journal to help guide you through your prayers as well. We are taking intentionally 45 minutes daily to seek the face of God intentionally every day, whether it is a full 45 minutes or whether you have to break it up into 15-minute increments. We are finding a place where we are finding a place where we and God can commune together and just chill out. Whatever it is, bring it to Him. Whatever you are seeking Him to do, ask Him. Whatever He is seeking you to do and you still have questions about, ask Him. The only way to get to know someone is to speak to them, okay? Or to watch them. And we watch Him through His Word. So, anywho, I got to get off of here and go. I do want to, of course, thank you once again for stopping by. Blessed by Grace with your girl, Tanika. And as always, stay blessed.